This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. Well, back in the 70s, during the Nixon era, we had the birth of the war on drugs. And we haven't done so well. We've won a few battles here and there. And in that war, similar, there's really now a war on obesity. And it sometimes, and despite the billions, I'm trying to remember my number from yesterday. I think it was close to 28. Was it 28 billion, Gary?
Yeah, around that.
In 2017, spent on the war on drugs. I mean, that's a boatload of money. And I said, we can't even solve the obesity epidemic, and we're trying to solve the drug epidemic. And it feels that sometimes you're fighting these wars with a paintball gun. You hit the target, but nothing happens. And I consider obesity not only a disease of the individual, I construe it to mean that it is a disease of society. It's a reflection of society and how we have created a society where convenience and abundance prevail, with no governors on them. And people have worked themselves into ill states of health that are just remarkable and unprecedented. We have never known any relapsing disease process such as this. And it's manageable, but we're not doing good at it, so to speak. My guest is Dominique Ostrander. Did I say anything that caused you to whiplash?
Not whiplash, but no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I feel, it's interesting because my own husband, we go back and forth about what he considers a disease and what he considers a choice. And we definitely have our differences. And right now, as I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking that, how does the typical general practitioner, for example, you go to your family doctor, and Sally weighs 280 pounds, and she should weigh 140 pounds. How does her physician deal with her? And so that question comes to mind. How does he help her? How does he treat her? She's got high blood pressure. She has high blood sugar. She has high cholesterol. And she's 38 years old. Okay, so how does Dr. blah blah approach Sally with these issues? Does he even talk about her eating habits? I promise you, he probably says something like, Mrs. So-and-so, you should probably try and cut your calories back a little bit. Just try not eating so many snacks. Try and eat healthy.
Yeah, that's like trying to tell an alcoholic, just cut back on the Jack Daniels.
Exactly. And don't forget, increase your fruits and vegetables. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, drink a lot of water, tell the alcoholic. Instead of that Jack Daniels, have a glass of water.
Right. And I think that's probably, and yet at the same time that I say this, the other day I was in Publix and I came home and I told my husband, there was a father and a son who was probably, I would say, 5 years old, and in the shopping cart and up on the belt was Teddy Grahams, some kind of like boxed cake, Doritos, potato chips, pretzels, not a vegetable, no fruit. Clearly buying snacks for a small child. And I literally said to myself, this kid doesn't have a chance.
Right. I mean, this is like trying to raise children where the family are bank robbers, grifters, crooks, and criminals, and you expect this kid to grow up to be what? The President of the United States? Please.
Yeah, or with some sort of morality base. And that's the same thing with food, is that we tend to think that somehow when we're feeding our kids this and these kinds of boxed foods and pre-made this and fast food this and drive-through here and all this, that somehow they're going to get the nutritional knowledge they need to sustain them throughout life. And It doesn't happen.
Here's what...
There is no translation.
Try this on for size. Doctor has no compunction, an oncologist or any doctor for that matter that is aware of what's going on with the patient, to say to the patient, you have cancer. Mm-hmm. And cancer is the second leading cause of death. It's a chronic disease, second leading cause of death in this country. The lion's share of cancer is caused by environmental factors, meaning anything outside the body. Okay? Just follow this. Some of it is accounted for by genetics. That's true. Obesity, analogically, is caused by, the lion's share of it is caused by environmental factors. Diet, lifestyle, the environment in which you live, built environment, are there sidewalk, everything. Mm-hmm. But yet we have very great difficulty in saying, well, obesity is a disease. You're calling cancer a disease, and it's a function of aging, too. And so is obesity. Mm-hmm. The propensity to gain weight increases as you age. There are many, when you line it up, I mean, It is no less a disease than hypertension, diabetes, cancer, or any other disease when you start to look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
If it were totally genetic, nobody would have a problem calling it a disease. And we accept now without question that heart disease is a disease. Most heart disease is heart disease is a diet and lifestyle driven disease, man. Not genetic driven for the most part. But yet we still call it a disease. Why do we struggle with seeing obesity in the same way?
Because it's a choice of what you're going to put in your mouth.
So is heart disease.
Ultimately, yes, right. But ultimately, it comes down to what are you eating for breakfast? What are you eating between breakfast and lunch? What are you eating for lunch? What are you eating for dinner? And so when you're starting out feeding children, with no just knowledge of why fruits and vegetables are important, why the fiber in vegetables and fruit is important, maintaining blood sugar, all of that it's just escaping everyone. And so, because it just comes down to, what you put in your mouth.
Well, listen, what you put in your mouth. A person who smokes 2 packs of cigarettes a day or a pack a day and has done that for 30 years, that's a choice. And they get cancer. We don't say you don't have the disease because you smoked. Or you have heart disease. Heart disease is mostly caused by diet and lifestyle for the most part. Some genetics involved. Destroying the endothelium lining of your arteries is a function of what you ate and how you lived. And it's called a disease. I'm not getting this. Obesity is just the same thing, isn't it?
As a family-owned company, are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9. Here's the LTN Health Question of the Day, sponsored by Jarrow Formulas. According to the United States government, what is the CDC in particular? What is the prevalence of adult obesity or obesity? 18 years of age and older in the United States. 16.5%, 26.5%, or 36.5%. What is the prevalence of obesity in the United States for 18 years of age and older in the U.S.? 16.5, 26.5, or 36.5%. These are the most current numbers I could find. And they are. I'm looking at Cynthia Ogden. Dr. Ogden does a lot of this research for the government. Her and Margaret Carroll and Catherine Flegel and Cheryl Fryer, they're always involved in this. And I have a lot of confidence in how they do their work. If you have the right answer, you'll win a $25 supplement gift card. What's the prevalence of obesity among adults 18 years of age and older in the U.S.? 16.5, 26.5, or 36.5%. I'll give you a hint. It's as big a problem as is obesity itself. Here's the number to call.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
You know, Dominique, I'm glad you brought this up. And first of all, thank you and thank Jarrow Formulas. You didn't come on here to talk about a supplement. You came on here to talk about a very pressing health issue for this country and for other countries around the world. And this is a global epidemic. Global. We have never seen anything like this. This is it, and it seems like it's in slow motion, but it has happened so quickly. It's happened in a matter of 3 or 4 decades that we now find ourselves in this giant dumpster fire of a health problem. Isn't that true?
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Definitely.
And I don't know where it's going to go. I mean, it's like fighting a war with a paintball gun. Mm-hmm. You hit the target, but the target doesn't get wounded because whatever you're doing is so ineffectual.
Well, if we don't start talking to patients about psychological issues that surround their food issues, it's never going to go away.
You listen to Gary. He said that somewhere in his junior year in high school is when his relationship with food went on a downturn because of certain life events with his mother and father, with a girlfriend. I would contend it began earlier than that. Mm-hmm. And that his relationship with food, whether he realized it, and I could be wrong about this, and we've talked about this, he and I have talked about this, his relationship with food probably wasn't as healthy as he thought it was as a junior in high school. Am I out of line here, Gary, or what? What do you think? It's your life. You should know.
No, because when I was a junior, all the way up to junior, I was in powerlifting and wrestling, so I had to maintain a weight. Okay, in my senior year, I just stopped. What
kind of food were you eating through your childhood? What were you given to eat? Southern food?
No, not necessarily, because my mom wasn't home all the time. So it was
so she wasn't home all the time.
Mm-hmm, but when she was home, Sunday mornings was, Southern breakfast.
Eggs, bacon.
Home fries, gravy, grits.
Your mother wasn't home all the time, so who was doing the cooking?
My sisters. And so it was a lot of, my one sister ate a lot of vegetables. Right. Diana Lynn. She ate a lot of vegetables, and it's funny because she's skinny. My other sister, processed food. And think about it, Pop-Tarts, Lego waffles, stuff
Did
like
you
that.
eat your share of that stuff?
Both, and I had the combination of both. Mm-hmm. And so,
did you find yourself as I'm asking these questions because it gets to what Dominique is talking about.
My stepdad was a SEAL. So he knew about proper nutrition and everything. So when I got into high school and I wanted to be an athlete, he was full force behind it. I mean, right. he had a meal plan laid out for me. I ate.
Right. He was helpful.
Yes. Like he went. I had a home gym.
But I get all constantly. That. But it goes back to your relationship with food. And I'm telling you, and I'm not a therapist, but what I know, I know. And I'm saying to you that one's relationship with food, you know when it began?
At birth.
No.
Oh?
No. When your mother was pregnant.
Oh.
What your mother ate in utero, your relationship with food begins in utero. Not after you're born, before you're born. And there's research to support that, the science of epigenetics. Dominique, welcome back. That statement I just made, some people are probably shaking their heads saying that boy's nuts. But I have a lot of science to support what I'm saying. That's how complicated the problem is, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Then,
okay, so you can't control. So if your mother ate really crappy while she was pregnant with you, okay, so do you have to continue that? No. And as soon as you have a conscious awareness of it, just like, there comes a point, right, like I've always said, there's a time limit on parental war crimes. And so if your parent ate really crappy or lived a really crappy life or made bad decisions, that doesn't mean you have to. And it's the same thing when it comes to food choices and diet and lifestyle choices and proper supplementation and everything else involved in nutritional choices and lifestyle choices. There comes a point where you don't have to continue it, and that's the responsibility, and that's the awareness. And we don't want to use overeating as an excuse and saying I have a disease, but at the same time, we don't want to sweep it under the rug either.
Well, let me say this to you. Given the epigenetic data that exists now, and it's formidable, if the mother ate a high-fat diet and just overconsumed and just a horrible diet during pregnancy, and we have more children now being born overweight, in quotes, than ever before. That child, it didn't change the sequencing of genes. It changes the expression of genes. The child is now has a propensity to become obese. Mm-hmm. It's totally out of the awareness of the child. Totally. And so this is very complicated. By the way, the answer for today's question, what percent of the adult population 18 years of age and older is obese? I stumped you today. I don't know why. This was not so hard. 36.5%. Better than a third of the population. If you walk down the street and picked a random sample, 1 out of every 3 people is obese. Thank you, Dominique. We appreciate your contribution. And Jarrow Formulas, your health is your wealth.
Battling sinus, bronchial disease,